Now, Mel, you have been, can I call you Mel?
Yes, please.
You've been an activist for I don't know how long.
16 years in Massachusetts. I've been a member of the Democratic Party for 16 years.
Tell us about your experience.
I've been the chair of the Affirmative Action Subcommittee for the Democratic Party. I've been the chair of the National Delegate Selection Committee, and that's the committee that elects delegates to the National Convention. And I was the chair for that in 2008, which, by the way, elected first black president.
First black president.
Yes, I was the vice president of my electoral college committee. And you know, anyone knows about the electoral college, particularly now, is a debate about the electoral college. And, for example, on the Republican side, will the electors actually vote and give their
follow the line?
Yes, follow the toe the line and actually support Donald Trump. So in my committee, I was the male vice president for my committee.
Now you have seen some amazing campaigns.
Yes.
You've worked on some pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite?
Elizabeth Warren was one, and President Obama was the other.
What was special?
Elizabeth Warren was special because here you had an educator who actually, and funny thing about Elizabeth, she didn't want to run. She doesn't look at herself as a politician at all. She is not a politician. She, oddly enough, if you talk to her, she's a very personable person, and she will tell you her sole reason for being in Congress is solely to represent the people. And off and on, given the frustrations that she has, she constantly talks about, I can't do this anymore, and I want to quit, and we won't let her.
Right.
I mean, we constantly talk about it. We're all constantly saying, we're not going to let you quit. You're going to stay until, the job is done. Of course, she laughs and says, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But because of her unique leadership, she's one of the total voices that we have in Congress right now who's kind of standing up for the people.
Now, you have been a huge leader in progressive issues.
Yes.
Which one do you think is most well? I mean, we got a lot of stuff happening in Washington.
Of course, one of the things I find unique is the climate change.
Right.
Now, always worry when you have the other side who spends so much energy and time talking about it doesn't exist. Okay, that's something to think about. Voting rights is a very important thing because you saw voting rights used in this past election, as it's been used in other elections, to try to stop communities from having the right to vote. And those communities that vote actually make a difference. So if I can stop you from voting to put a person in office who's going to make your life better, make government work, that's an achievement for me. That's a lot of times you see, particularly in the South, you even see it in the North, where voting rights has been used as a tactic to try to discourage people. Right, voter suppression, things like that. The party's been working very hard to try to address that, but it's a never-ending battle.